Look, you paid. You paid your taxes this year. Every 2 weeks, a number left your paycheck. It wasn't small. $6.75 trillion spent in your name, that's your name, on every check, and you can't read a single one. Stay with me for 90 seconds. I'll show you the ledger entry that should embarrass every county treasurer in America. Because here is the thing nobody puts in the brochure. Do you know where the money went? Not the slogan, the actual dollars. The honest answer most of us have is not really. You paid for a road. You don't know which road. You paid for a school lunch. You don't know which kid. You paid into a fund that calls itself general, and that word is doing a lot of work. What you're told is one story. What actually happens is another. There is a gap between what you handed over and what you can see. Amazon knows the minute your package leaves a warehouse. Your bank flags a $6 charge in another time zone, but your county treasurer, handling thousands of times more money, sends back a PDF 6 months late. One county auditor put it plainly, we don't actually know where most of it lands. That gap has a name. It's called the budget. And right now, the budget is a closed drawer. Here is where your tax dollar actually goes. It leaves your paycheck, and it lands on a desk. The desk belongs to a person. Their job is to not tell you what happens next. Your dollar gets a stamp, the stamp gets a stamp on a stamp on a stamp. Then it slides into a drawer labeled General Fund. Somewhere in your county right now, a clerk is photocopying a receipt. The photocopy goes into a folder. The folder goes into a cabinet. The cabinet is in a basement. Nobody is being lazy. Everybody is doing their job. And you still can't see the dollar. A paper trail sounds reassuring. In practice, the paper trail loops back on itself. 6 months later, an audit report appears. The report cites another report. You ask which road got fixed. You get a brochure. The brochure has a smiling stock photo. The road still has the pothole. Stay with me. The ledger fix is 90 seconds away. Accountability requires visibility, and right now, you cannot see. This isn't incompetence, it's design. But there is another way, one that doesn't need their permission. Imagine instead that every tax dollar carried a tag. The moment it leaves your paycheck, the tag glows. It glows on a public ledger. The ledger is not in a drawer, it's on a website. Anyone can read it. When the Treasury spends your dollar, the tag moves from your paycheck to the Treasury to a road crew in Asheville. Every hop is a row on the ledger. Every row has a timestamp. Every row is signed. Nobody can erase a row. Nobody can edit a row. Look at one row, just one. It says $2,847, Asheville Road Maintenance, March 14th, 10:06 a.m. Signed by the county treasurer. Tap the row. The receipt opens. Tap the receipt. The contractor opens. Every entry, public, forever. One more reveal, and what this would have cost the county last year. Old reconciliation, 90 days, 12 auditors, a 6-figure invoice. New reconciliation, $0 and a public URL. The word for that is immutable. No one's permission needed, no committee, no vote. Now you can follow your paycheck to the pothole. Roads, schools, defense, health. The branches are all visible. When 8 cities run this, the closed drawer has nowhere to hide. Consider Tuesday morning, 7:14 a.m. Your phone buzzes. A gold receipt slides across the screen. Your share of the road crew in Asheville, $4.12. You can see the truck, you can see the date, you can see the contractor, you can see the road they just paved because somebody filmed it. Your share of the new library roof on Main Street, $1.80. By Friday, 3 more receipts have landed. The school lunch program, the parks crew, the night the streetlight on your block got fixed. Total spent in your name this week, $37. No brochure, no stock photo, no closed drawer. And here's the part nobody puts in the press release. The arguments change. You stop fighting about whether the money is being spent. You start arguing about whether it's being spent well. Those are very different conversations. One is a closed drawer fight. The other is a public ledger conversation. An Estonian e-residency official said it cleanly. Once citizens can see the spend, they stop arguing about whether the spend happened. Citizen sees the ledger. Ledger feeds the audit. Audit answers the citizen. The loop closes itself. This is not science fiction. Estonia did this in 2012. The country of Georgia followed. 8 U.S. cities are next. The technology works. The question is whether we have the will. This is the work. One ledger at a time. Blue Ridge Treasury. Subscribe. A new blockchain idea every week.